Hey guys, Insomnia here with some more AFK Arena. Today we're back on the main account and we are going to be looking at the brand new Peaks of Time, which is the Trial of God. As you do know, the Wandering Balloon, the Depths of Time, you have to complete the Depths of Time to be allowed into the Trial of Gods. In addition, you do have to be completed with chapter 27.60, meaning that you have to be into chapter 28 to go ahead and unlock the Trial of God's instance. So as you can see here, the trial itself is pretty basic. When you look, let's look at the rules kind of it. Before the Trial of God instance begins, players can choose multiple different trials. Each one becomes active once the instance opens. Each trial has effects that make it incredibly tough, making sure to choose wisely. This is one of the biggest things that I have said from the beginning. If they added a feature to the Peaks of Time, which you could make essentially the trials or the Peaks of Time more difficult and offer additional rewards, it would be very, very cool to see, especially if they made the very end of it super, super, super difficult that not many players could reach it. I think it would be a great addition to Endgame. But back to the trials. Each trial has its own difficulty points. The overall trial level of the instance is the sum total of all difficulty points combined. When in the instance, you can reduce the difficulty at any time, but it will also reduce your final trial level. Players will obtain rewards based on the highest trial level cleared. So a couple of things here that I haven't seen is it looks like, as you can see, going down the sliding scale, you do get quite a few rare stones. You start getting elite stones. 12 is where you do get your artifact. As you can see here, the Barricade artifact. Now, the Barricade artifact itself only goes to level 3. As you can see here, it does not have a 5-star power, which, if you know anything, this account we started when AFK Arena started so many, a year or more ago. We still do not have an artifact at 5 stars. A lot of the artifact requirements come from the stargazing, is where you can get a majority of the shards for the artifact. So I'm not sure how many it's going to take to get from level 1 to 3. But as we continue down here, down the trial, they do give you Barricade fragments. So we have a couple 20 fragments there. You see it goes to 30 fragments. It goes to 50 fragments. And then it goes to 100 fragments as you get further down. On 29, it turns into Po coins, as you can see. Then when you go plus 33, it looks like there is nothing. So essentially with the trial, and one thing that I don't know is every single one of these trials have a point system. As you can see here, this trial will give me 8 points. Choosing the trial causes it to take different effects within an instance. Different trials have different effects. As a result, are worth differing amounts of difficulty points. So one thing I don't know, essentially to get the trial, once an instant has been completed, if the amount of difficulty points that you were used exceeds your previous record, you shall be granted a reward. So essentially, you have to continue trials, and I'm not sure if the points are cumulative. This is where I'm kind of lost. So even like Flashfire right here is on 40. As you can see, the trials that he completed with 40. So essentially, you cannot just take the first trial and just run it multiple times to accumulate the point. It is going to be kind of level based. So you are going to have to actually get all the way to 32 essentially, because there are no going up to 40, but going up to 32 by adding a cumulative amount of essentially debuffs that you get. As you can see, the first one, enemies are immune to all damage for the first 12 seconds of battle, meaning that for 12 seconds, there will be no damage received by the enemy. In turn, you are going to either have to have scaling heroes or you're going to have healing heroes such as Taylene and Rowan to really make this trial work. The second one that we look at, damage dealt to enemies is reduced by 40% when your hero has no factional advantage. So that would kind of lead me to run a team that has all different heroes, so 5 different heroes overall. That way, at least some of your heroes will have a factional advantage there. So looking at the next one, reduces allied heroes' regeneration by 40% during battles. Similar to the Labyrinth, when you run through the adventure, it is cumulative. You do get, I believe, 2 relics through the adventure, but they are cumulative, meaning that if your heroes are almost dead at the end of battle 2, when you start battle 3, your heroes will be at the exact same portion. Allied hero with lower health than 75% deal 30 less damage. 30% less damage, kind of a big debuff there. But overall, again, with scaling heroes, you could definitely get over that one. Doesn't seem too difficult. Brings us to, at the end of battle, all surviving allied heroes lose 30% of their current health. Again, this one might be good if you are running Talene, if you are running Rowan. If you can ensure that your heroes are going to be at 100% at the end of battle, very, very good debuff to have, because essentially you'll start every battle with 70% health. Again, if you're running Rowan, they can heal when they hit that 50% mark. The final recommended trial is all allied heroes lose health equal to 10% of the damage they dealt to enemies, which could be, again, a very difficult one. It looks like it's a little thorn one. The normal trials are much easier, so these are the ones that you kind of add in addition to the regular trials. As you can see here, all allied Lightbearer heroes are stunned for 5 seconds. Same with Maulers, same with Wilders and Graveborn, so you get one more kind of bonus point for each one of those. This one actually does all enemy attack rating are increased by 20%. So again, knowing what team you run with some of these additions, making sure that you're a lot more defensive if you are going to increase the attack rating of heroes. Same with this one. Health of all enemies increased by 20%, meaning you need to bring a lot more damage to go ahead and get these trials done. Looking, enemy heroes recover 300 energy points at the start. That could be very, very tough to deal with, again, depending on the team comp you're running. We got a couple more here. Allied heroes lose 80 dodge points. That would be one to definitely run. 80 dodge points is not very detrimental to the team. We do have allied heroes lose 2% of their max health every second. So that, again, if you're running a team with Talene and Rowan, might be very beneficial to go ahead and get that one done, because that is not a very, very big impact. If you're killing the heroes quickly, you don't want scaling heroes with this debuff, because again, they are going to lose too much hit points too fast, essentially. Each time an allied hero dies, all surviving allied heroes lose 20% of their attack and defense rating. Wow, so that's a really tough one to deal with. Damage received by allied heroes is increased by 25%. And the final one we have here, all allied heroes will have their soul reaped by the god of death within 2.5 seconds of their health falling below 30%. This ability ignores damage immunity. Probably the toughest one. That is just like I believe it's Death's Embrace that we get out of the Arcane Labyrinth that will kill the heroes when they get to 30%. So overall, the goal here is to build a team to get to 12. So essentially, if we have 8 right here, which is nice, I believe adding in some of these, so a little bit of a stun at the beginning would be okay. But even if we go here, this will take us to 14. So enemies are immune to all damage for the first 12 seconds, and damage dealt to enemies is reduced by 40% when the hero has no factional advantage. Or we could actually swap this one out. Let's go with allied heroes with health lower than 75% deal 30% less damage. So this will give us 12. We'll go ahead and we'll begin the adventure here. As you can see, the layout is all the same. Defeat all enemies. There's the little crack, which is the depths of time. As you can see, multiple camps. You do get 2 relics. So I'm not sure the relics here. You can actually check them out. Steel Cuirass, the Arcane Spellbook, or the Beast Claws. Again, depending who you're choosing in this team comp is exactly what you can kind of plan that you're going to get out of here. Second one, Deadly Embrace is very, very powerful. So is Thunderburst, because Thunderburst does allow for the periodic stun and damage both. So I believe we're going to go with the Thunderburst, and we're going to go with the intelligence artifact up there, because as you can see, 3 of the 4 we have are intelligence. So we're going to go ahead and run this team really quick, see how we do, and I'm hoping it's going to work out pretty well. This team is pretty solid, especially with the Belinda combo, the Belinda Rose combo. This is a team I use for a lot of runs. We could have even run, knowing we're running this Lightbearer team, we could have added in different factions, which I'm not sure if we can now, but we could have added in quite a few, which include the Maulers we could have added in. We could have added the Graveborn, because we are running an all Lightbearer team. And again, if we don't have the factional advantage, we're doing less damage, which is okay because we're just looking for the artifact on this run. So this one, we'll go ahead and we'll pick up the Arcane Spellbook. Let me look at the menu really quick if we can add. Nope, we can only remove, so you cannot add any trials. Which, how do we get back? I don't see a back. This is not good. Did they miss the back button? Oh, there it goes. Maybe tapping out of it. Maybe they did miss the back button, but I did not see it. I thought maybe I was stuck there. I want to go ahead and get the artifact. As you can see, Lucius is going to be really good in this, but by far the biggest, of course, is going to be Rowan. Rowan is going to be the hero that can survive a lot of these, especially keeping your entire team alive. Rowan is going to be the primary one for this. I think there's going to be a couple unique ways to go ahead and hit that 40 mark. But again, this one, we are just looking for the relic at this point. So once we get Belinda to ult, especially with the double ults, and I'm hoping we don't lose anyone here, but Belinda's up right there. That should take out Khazard. So we are almost through the trial right now to get the relic. So we'll pick up, we're going to go ahead. We're going to go with Thunderburst on this one. Could have went with the other one, but a lot of times we do more than enough damage at the beginning. Falk's in this one, as you can see, not very effective at all, just for the reason that he cannot confine anyone because of the immunity debuff that we gave them. But you just kind of cruise around. A lot of Cirruses there, which we probably could have saved some of our energy, because essentially, like I said earlier, this is cumulative. So as you can see, Lucius is almost done there. Turning auto on this, turning auto off might be very, very beneficial. That way, even here, is we can wait till the immunity is down before we kill the heroes, essentially, because if it's within the first 15 seconds, remember, they are going to be immune, meaning that if we ult, it is going to do absolutely nothing. But it's going to be overall very, very easy to essentially get the relic, it seems, which we lost one there. Let's see, we can try it over again. So we're going to keep the auto off on this point. I'm trying to get Lucius to go ahead and shield us. We'll get Rowan, maybe do some stuns there. But overall, double confine there with the double Falks. So I think we have one battle left, and then we will have the relic. So relatively early, relatively easy. Here again, leaving auto off, which this one might be a little bit more difficult. Let's see if we can get it done here. Boom, we got the ult, got the second ult. Just have Nars to deal with, so very, very easy to get it done. So getting the relic overall, not very difficult. There we go, so we got the relic, which is awesome. We did get a lot of our stones, so here are the details, which we just went with the 2 debuffs to make it easy. So now we can actually hop in here, throw the relic on, and this is what I wanted to see, is how much does it cost to go ahead and use. So we'll go ahead and we'll enchant it. So 300 to go from 1 to 2, and there is a 5, as you can see, 5 stars there. So we will be able to use this on a bunch of different heroes, which is what I definitely wanted to check out. As you can see, the ability can be enchanted only or activated once every 15 seconds, which is the 3-star bonus. Not sure what the 5-star is going to be, but we can definitely build it out. Very, very cool artifact. Also looking at the Peaks of Time and looking at the Trial of God, as you can see, coming soon right here. So they are going to have a whole bunch of artifacts that are going to be specific to hero classes, is what I can see in the future. We have never seen new artifacts short of the ones that we already have introduced. We have not seen anything new, so these are the first new artifacts that you're seeing. Very interesting way for them to allow you to get the artifacts within the Peaks of Time and the Trial of Gods. Again, amazing addition by Lilith. I absolutely love the new artifacts. Adds a whole nother dynamic when it comes to both PvE and PvP. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. You're going to have to try to max it out to 40. I'm not sure if they're going to add more, essentially more rewards in the Trial of Gods as you get further. So we do have to unlock all of these. So essentially you do have to build a team to beat 32 of these overall to go ahead and beat your previous score on the trial. As you can see here, it is going to take quite a few debuffs. I mean, look at this monster list of debuffs to go ahead and reach that 32 mark to completely unlock the Depths of Time and get all the rewards in here. So again, let me know in the comments what you guys think. Very, very cool addition to the game. And as always, thank you guys for watching.